Check. 1, 2. Everyday superpower where we learn about body language, dating game, everything in between. Okay. Two links down in the description. One's the catalogue of body language where you'll learn how to read people through their head to their toes free of charge. Second to that is the Patreon where you'll watch videos of real life dates with me. I'll break down the attraction and the repulsion body language. You'll never forget it. Right. Bit of ASMR for you today, people. I'm scanning out on some original salted peanuts, yeah? So apologies in advance. We're going to talk about the eyes today. And we're going to talk about the constriction of the pupils. It's something we're familiar with at this point. We've discussed this quite a lot. But as I'm sort of recapping over all of the little nuances in body language and the signals the body non-verbally gives outside of that person's conscious awareness, this is something that really needs to be highlighted over and over and over again. So the pupils go narrow, okay? It's the contrary to dilation of the pupils. This is constriction of the pupils, okay? So, to put a long story short, if you're seeing this happen in real time, it'll be down to two particular reasons. The natural reason, as far as the natural environment and the biological process, would be to constrict the pupils. The body will constrict the pupils when there's a surplus of light in the immediate area. So, when you're leaving the house and it's a beautiful sunny day and you step outside, your pupils will constrict in order to block out a lot of the brightness, the overload of stimuli that your eyes are receiving, because otherwise you're going to damage your eyes, okay? Such is the contrary as far as you stepping back into that house from the open. Your pupils will naturally dilate in order to take in more light, absorb more light, in order to readjust your sight and be able to see better. You don't know when your pupils are doing this, right? So this is why this is so powerful to pay attention to when we're speaking to others. So moving onwards, we can apply this in the sense of the pupil engaging to a thought, to an idea, to a conversation, to a person, to an item of clothing, to an environment, an idea, anything that they want to shut out, that they want to block out, that their brain doesn't enjoy and wants to rid of. The pupil will constrict in real time. Okay? It's a showcase that the individual is not stimulated or aroused in a positive manner to what has been presented to them, whether it's an idea, whether it's you, whether it's the way you're talking to that person, whether it's the question you've put forward to that person. Don't get me wrong, if you just see someone and you're in a bright environment and their pupils are naturally constricted, yours probably are as well, okay, to some varying degree. So don't just look at it as it is and then go with that. See it happening in real time. So you're speaking to that person in that same environment, and then you say, "Oh, did you see Tony the other day?" And then as you say that, you're paying attention and you see a swift, and this is in real time, people. This is in real time. You can experiment this with your friends. Yeah, look in your friend's eyes and say, "Hello, I just want to pay attention to your eyes. Can I do that for a second?" Okay. Pizza, pepperoni pizza. Okay, margarita pizza. Okay, chocolate cookies. And just watch the fluctuation of their pupils as they register the words you are saying. It happens in real time. So this is powerful, and we've not even got into the realm of attraction and repulsion yet, have we? So generally speaking, you want to pay attention to those whom have beady eyes, because it can also showcase that one is aggressive, right? When the pupils dilate, it's as if to say, I want to absorb everything that is before me. I need more vision of what is before me. I'm so excited and enticed by this that is before me. My pupils are going to dilate to allow more in. We're going to broaden the peripheral vision. Now, the constriction is the counter opposite. So we're not going to let more in. We're going to try and shut more out, or we're going to focus in a tunnel like state. Yes? So an aggressive person might look at you with these beady eyes as the eyes focus in on the prey they see before them. Does this make sense? Okay. When you see beady eyes on posters and flyers, you're not going to generally see that in the realm of a romance film being advertised. Okay? You're not going to see it on the front of a seductive magazine with a beautiful woman luring you in with these constricted pupils. Or if you do see that, there's probably going to be some uncanny valley sort of. I like the word vania. Some uncanny valley esque response that it provokes in you outside of your general awareness. You might think something weird is going on there. That's because that's a non-congruence of what they are trying to sell you in relation to the reality that there is. So this is why nonverbal communication is so important, because you are trying to break down the two languages here. Number one is the language they are trying to put before you, the defensive mechanism, the mask, the persona. Whereas the reality exists there in that same image, but shrouded behind this initial marketable esque character they are trying to portray. Yeah, it's deep, right? Real talk. So pay attention. And the good thing is, as far as if you want to learn how to talk to women or men for that matter, it sort of rids of some of the discomfort you may get when engaging in eye contact. The intimate and personal eye contact engagement when you pay attention to the pupils as opposed to their eyes. Because now you are actively focusing on reading information in a non emotional way. Or at least, you rid of the self absorbed insecurity that may be provoked when you look at someone in the eye and you think, oh, wow, they're looking dead at me. Instead of thinking they're looking at me, you can now think, let's have a look at their pupils. They don't know the message they are giving to me in real time with these pupils. Isn't this fascinating? Yeah? Pupils react to arousal, fear, attraction, shock, love. It doesn't matter. When the eyes view something arousing and stimulating in a positive manner, they will dilate. So when you learn to understand that and why dilated pupils are so attractive, yes, you will understand the counter opposite, the balance, which is the constriction. This isn't a standard pupil going to a questionable scale. This is a clear differentiation of the middle ground. You have the dilation and the constriction. We are not talking of a middle ground, albeit when a constricted pupil enlarges to its regular scale, the middle ground, that could be the economic equivalent to a fully dilated pupil, given that the environment is one of which the pupil doesn't normally dilate to such a degree. So you have to read the context and the congruence of the environment and the situation. You see? On a passing note, this is this is some mad game right here, right? I don't really normally go into this. I've been considering doing a video on this one, but for obvious reasons, I don't think it's fair. But just whilst we're on the topic, well, no, you know what? Initially, I was gonna talk about sexuality and understanding someone's sexuality, but I'll let you work that out yourself. What I was gonna say. What I'm gonna say is I'm gonna twist it and say, if you feel that your girlfriend is attracted to one of your friends, yeah, find a means of putting a photo of that friend before her. Yeah, I mean, do a little bit of a scientific test, ensure that you're showing other images prior to that. But if there is a overt display of dilation when that individual comes about, hey, you might want to test why that is. But hey, let me tell you this, right? Can't be helped. We are all but human. Yeah. Do you not think your missus has got a sexy couple of friends who arouse you in one way or another? Hey, it can't be helped, can it? So I'm not saying that to say one thing, but just whilst we're on the topic of putting this into effect and how realistic this nonverbal cue is, it's an incredible symbol, in my personal opinion, right? With that being said, I'm signing out as always. Check the links down in the description. That's where the real game is. I'm signing out. Peace.